Call the member for Cowan.
My question is to the Minister for Defence. Will the minister inform the House of the opportunities available for Western Australian shipbuilders following the government's recent commitment to a continuous shipbuilding strategy? And how does this promote jobs and growth in Australia?
I call the Minister for Defence.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Cowan for his question. I commend him on his ongoing strong representation for the people in the northern suburbs of Perth, and I note, of course, that he himself was a former distinguished member of the Australian Defence Forces. Mr Speaker, the decision to implement a continuous naval shipbuild will benefit the whole country because it provides certainty for the Australian Navy in terms of meeting its future capability requirements. It provides growth for Australian industry, and thirdly, it provides jobs for Australian workers. A trifecta of capability for the Navy, growth for industry and jobs for Australian workers. Hence, we're bringing forward a number of projects, including the offshore patrol vessels and the future frigates, and that's good news for Australia. The competitive evaluation process for the offshore patrol vessels will start in October of this year, and that means opportunities for shipbuilders right across Australia, including in the honourable member's home state of Western Australia. In addition, there are supply chain opportunities for businesses right across this country and, of course, huge opportunities in terms of the sustainment of these vessels once they're produced. This announcement about the offshore patrol vessels is in addition to the $2 billion announcement recently that Australia will build 21 Pacific patrol boats for our neighbouring Pacific nations, and of course they'll be built here in Australia and will be sustained for their lifetime in this country as well. So what does that mean? It means more long-term stable jobs for workers in Australia, more boilermakers, more electricians, more welders, more painters, more people who are involved in every aspect, engineers, etc., every aspect of building ships in Australia, and that's good not just for Western Australia, it's good for these industries and workers right around Australia. So no wonder a distinguished, prominent Western Australian, the CEO of Austal Shipping, that's Mr Andrew Bellamy, was to say that there are great opportunities for Australian shipbuilders, including in Western Australia, the honourable member's home state. He's speaking what other people have said about that. When I visited the Henderson shipyards in Western Australia recently, there were 2 frigates up there on the base being repaired by BAE. HMAS Sirius is currently alongside at Henderson, and of course we have 2 high-speed foreign naval vessels being built, as well as 2 Cape-class vessels for Australian border protection by Austal themselves. So Western Australia, Mr Speaker, has a significant and impressive shipbuilding industry. These decisions will aid that industry and the industry right throughout Australia. It's been widely welcomed by everybody except the opposition.